When did you cry the hardest?
That's a great question. I mean, if we want to be really personal, probably like high school when I like suffered from like severe depression. And that lasted for a long time, but that was probably the hardest. Yeah. When I was like figuring out what was going on and the fact that I was dealing with it. It was also in like the early 2000s in a world in which mental health was kind of like, what? What's that? Especially for like people who play baseball, like where you're supposed to just be tough and like show no emotion ever. Um, so yeah, I don't know. That was probably the hardest.
Yeah, and what did you do to overcome that, or what are you doing now to take care of your mental health?
I like to go to the gym. I like to lift. I also went to a lot of therapy. Um, but yeah, and it was, I mean, it's interesting now thinking back. Like, I started a mental health advocacy group in college because I didn't think we were doing a good job at the school of helping people. But it was also just kind of like nobody wanted to talk about it. I used to have people like, I had guys like pull me into their dorm room to like ask me about things because it was like they had to close the door. You couldn't like just ask somebody in the open. So it was I think I was asked by our student newspaper or magazine once, like, why am I like talking about going through this stuff? And I was just like, well, somebody has to. So yeah.